was 8 years old, my mornings were filled with Lucky Charms and heading off to Hillcrest Elementary. But unfortunately, not all of the children in our world are able to live a life like this. Dorson, an 8-year-old from the Democratic Republic of Congo, spends his mornings mentally preparing for the day that he is about to face. This day will include working 12 hours doing intensive labor with no safety equipment and no food. The work that he will be doing is mining cobalt for the lithium-ion batteries found in your smartphone. Unfortunately, this case is just one of the thousands of underage child labor found in Apple's supply chain, and it needs to be addressed. In this speech, you will learn about the children miners' attributes and the conditions they are forced to endure. I will overview some of Apple's statements about underage labor, and we will take a look at some of their current policies enacted to help end child labor. While Apple tries to conceal it, there are thousands of cases of child labor being found each year. Today, we will be mainly focusing on those found in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Africa. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines child labor as the employment of a child in a business or industry, especially in violation of state or federal statutes, prohibiting the employment of children under a specified age. This age is typically 16. And you may be wondering, what if a 15-year-old wants to work? They are obviously fully capable and willing to work. However, unfortunately, some of these children are as young as just 4 years old. An investigation done by PatentlyApple.com found that these children are only making 8 pence a day, and that is roughly 10 to 12 cents. The new iPhone X costs about $1,000. It would take these children almost 25 years to be able to purchase the product that they are helping create. That is only if they're saving every single cent that they've earned. Keep in mind that they're working 12 hours a day, so there's no room in their schedule for school. On top of a lack of education, these children are forced to endure harsh working conditions. These mines are not a place that anyone should be working at, but especially not children. An investigation done by SkyNews.com found that the mine tunnels were dug by hand, and with no support structures, they were prone to collapsing. And in the article by Sky News, they did report a number of deaths from the collapsed mines. Sky News also stated that none of the miners were wearing masks or gloves. This is especially alarming since cobalt has numerous harmful effects on the human body. The CDC.gov posted an article explaining these effects. At 0.0038 milligrams of cobalt just in the air, participants were found that they had trouble breathing. At 0.005 milligrams, they started wheezing and showing signs of asthma and pneumonia. At 0.007 milligrams, they started to develop allergies to the cobalt that resulted in worsened asthma and skin rashes. The CDC found that these effects can possibly be carcinogenic to humans, and that if pregnant mothers show signs of these symptoms, they can pass them along to their unborn children. Apple has addressed some of these concerns, however. They have stated that children may be employed under the age of 18 and over the legal minimum working age only if their work that they're doing will not jeopardize their health or safety. However, as we've seen, the work that they're doing clearly is jeopardizing their safety. They've also stated that they have a zero tolerance policy for underage labor, and they are doing anything they can to help end it. Apple's annual audit reports do show that the number of cases that child labor was found has gone down in the past 5 years. However, the cases that they're displaying do not account for their entire supply chain. They only account for the factories directly associated with Apple. And Amnesty.org reported that they found approximately 40,000 children mining cobalt in the Democratic Republic of Congo in just 2016. This number is much higher than the single case that Apple found in 2016. One of the ways that they are to help stop child labor is through their child labor remediation program. When a case is found, the employer must send the underage worker back to school of the employee's parent's choice. They are to pay their tuition and continue paying them wages until the employee graduates, thus removing their incentive to quit school and go to work instead. And when they reach the legal minimum working age, they are to offer them a job again. However, Quartz.com did a survey and found that there was only a 34% participation rate among Apple's suppliers in this remediation program. Another thing that Apple has implemented to help stop the spread of child labor, they said that they would just simply stop buying cobalt from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Well, a report on Amnesty.org found that 50 to 60% of the world's cobalt was mined in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the rest was spread sparsely throughout the world. These technology giants are getting their cobalt from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The supply chain does not do a good job of reporting where they're getting it from. And when they find it from the Democratic Republic of Congo, they mess with the statistics so it looks like they're not getting it from artisanal mines, rather mines that are supposed to be there. Apple tries to hide the underage labor claims found in their supply chain. However, there are still thousands of cases being found even today. In this speech, we have talked about the children minors' attributes. We've learned that they can be as young as 4 years old, and they're only making roughly 10 to 12 cents a day. You've learned about their working conditions, how there are deaths found in these mines, and how none of the children are wearing safety equipment when the effects of cobalt are clearly harmful to the human body. We've addressed some of Apple's statements and how they don't line up with the current policies that they have intact, and that the policies that they are using, their suppliers are not implementing in their own businesses. So I just ask you, next time you look at your phone, next time you send a Snapchat, next time you go to FaceTime a family member, just think of the workers. Think of the children that have slaved hours and hours each day with no education and no money to buy themselves food to produce the battery found in the little black box in your hand.